We're painting the calipers blue today using Pour 15 caliper paint. This is a brush-on paint. You don't have to spray anything, you don't have to mask anything. Well, I guess you do put masking tape around things that you don't want, but you use a brush and you can use detail brushes to really get in there. So we're gonna paint them blue today and it's gonna look really cool. So let me show you how. So this is the rear brake of the Audi e-tron GT. You can see that it's not a really pretty caliper. The RS version gets red calipers and they say Audi Sport or something on there. But I wanted to do something a little different, so I got some blue paint. This is designed for calipers, and I've used this before on my Teslas. I got some red paint that I did in my Model S and my Model 3. My Model Y is a performance, so they already came red, but I wanted to go with a blue color on this because on the headlights, there's a blue line in the laser LED headlights. And then I got a packet of paintbrushes. This is just on Amazon. These were cheap. I think I got 2 packets for like $6 or something like that. And you see there's a lot of small detail ones in there. Actually, I didn't really end up using those as much as just the 2 big ones. So there's a bolt right here that I just masked off with some masking tape. And I'm just gonna go try not to get paint on that. Those look really cool. I've already done the other side, by the way. And then this caliper is kind of intricate. I'm gonna tape up these just so I don't rub anything on there. I've cleaned the caliper. This car only has 600 miles on it, so this car was just washed the other day. Paint protection film just got finished yesterday on this, but I'm rushing through this because we have a meetup this weekend, and I'm going to get the main pieces of this, and all the little pieces towards the back I'm gonna get at a later date. I'm gonna get all the parts you can see, and then I'm gonna take my time and finish up the rest of the stuff. Well, I want this to look nice for the show. Also, I'm running out of time. Took a little longer on the paint protection film, but it came out amazing. This car looks so much better with the paint protection film. It's like a really thick layer of clear protection, or of clear coat now, and wait till you see this thing. I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna do 2 coats. The weird thing is that my jack stands don't really work with this car because it's a different jacking position, and I have the ones for a Tesla. So I have to jack up one side, do this tire, 1 coat, put the tire back on, do the front one, and then switch back over, do this one for the 2nd coat, and then do that again. It's kind of a weird situation, but Tesla, you can actually just jack up this side and the whole car goes up. But it's all right. It's making it work. But 2 coats, usually 20 minutes in between, which is plenty to do that one. And then we'll be able to cut back on this one and everything will look good. All right, I've cleaned this off already. I used some regular cleaner, and then I hit it with some alcohol. Get my brushes out. Really, I could do all this with 1 big brush. I got my funky light on my head. That's really so I can see everything. I was gonna mask everything off, but I'm actually really careful with the brush, and this goes on slow. It doesn't really run, but you can see just first coat is really just to etch it on there. And you can be careful if you want to, or you can mask everything up and I guess be sloppy, but really it's not very difficult just to get in the grooves of everything. Load the brush up a little bit, put it on there. This first coat is gonna go on dark, and then the 2nd coat will go on lighter, just because it's trying to cover up that slate color. And just trying to get in all the grooves first, and then we do all the flat spots after that. So you can see it's not very difficult at all. Anybody can do this. I mean, even a caveman could probably do this. Sorry, I don't want to offend any cavemen out there. My hand's probably in the way, but it's all right. So you get the point of this. I'm gonna move the camera because I actually need to put my head right where you're at and really get in there, do a really good job, and I'll show you what it looks like after the first coat. All right, there's 1 coat already finished on here. I went a little thicker than I did on the other side, but we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. I hit it with a little heat gun just to just to give it a little bit of tack before I put on the tire, the wheel and tire, and then I move on to the front of the car. So it didn't take long. It's 7:30, and that took maybe 15 minutes. So 15 minutes per coat. Second coat you can kind of slap on there, and then really focus on this front edge to make that really nice and flat, because that's what most people see. The rest of it just needs to have some color to it. But I'm gonna put the tire on and then move to the front. So here is the front brake caliper. It is gigantic. It takes a little bit more than 15 minutes, I think, just because it's massive. I've taped up the 2 bolts. This just has a rubber boot. This is to bleed the brakes. There's one on the other side as well. I've just taken this off so I can just snap that back on. I don't want to get this, have blue paint on that. There's really no good spot for me to put you guys. I suggest getting your headphones, getting a brush, maybe lay a blanket down, and just go to town on this.